Welcome back to the cryptocurrency ecosystems, my friends. My name is Dano Crypto. On this channel, we show you guys how to make simple, effective, and easy moves in the cryptocurrency ecosystems. We are coming out of the crypt. We're removing the stone. We're rolling the stone away. We're busting the fists and the arms and the legs out of the dirt. We are alive. But my friends, we have to acknowledge the fact that a lot of soldiers went down yesterday. A lot of soldiers went down. People got completely destroyed. Absolutely wrecked. That was one of the biggest liquidation events we had ever seen since COVID, since FTX, since Luna. And it was actually the biggest combined in combination with the stock market and crypto. We even oh gosh, it was just we had so much carnage yesterday that we even missed and didn't even count the amount of liquidations correctly, because it said 1920 billion, and we actually had 400 billion liquidated in a matter of like 45 minutes. It happened so fast, my friends, that people got so caught off guard because of this wick. It was atrocious. It was so bad. Okay, guys, we have a lot to cover. We have a lot of views to go over. We have a lot of bookmarked posts and tweets, a lot of takes on why this happened, how it happened. We obviously know that Trump was the cascading factor of the dump, which was the 100% tariff on China, with China basically breaking, I guess, a trade provision or trade, whatever they had set in their deal. China did not follow through, and so they threatened with a 100% tariff. But it seemed like, regardless of that, the market was very much over leveraged to begin with, and it seemed like it was the perfect opportunity to completely flush and reset the leverage at every single leverage point. And it made sense that Binance and these big exchanges at the same time were down. Binance could not handle the traffic. I'm not sure of any other exchanges that went down or couldn't handle the traffic. And subsequently, that caused an even more cascading effect of liquidations in the market. And a big reason, what is so crazy, because if you guys were watching my live stream, you remember we were talking about how the difference between cross margin and isolated margin is a big difference. So isolated margin has it where it's a single contract, like whatever the asset you're trading in, it's isolated to that contract. So it doesn't get cross margined with other positions and it doesn't take from your margin account. It doesn't auto deleverage. And that's basically what happened with a lot of the market all at the same time. While it had a cascade in liquidation effect, a bunch of different perp dexes had cross margin, and some perp dexes, if you notice, don't even have the ability for you to select isolated margin or cross. It's just auto cross margin. And so what it does is it mainly protects the exchange more than it protects you, and you get pretty much bonked, especially with the move that looks like this, where it just cascaded down more than over 10% for Bitcoin. And so what happened was that a lot of accounts that were cross-margined got fully liquidated by all their trades being trying to support each other. And while there's no support on the other side of buyers and it's all just crashing down, then they all get completely liquidated. And so that is what happened. And even 2x trade, even the traders that thought they were being, smart and not as risky, having a 2x or 3x trade, those even got destroyed because of the nature of how quickly this went down. And we have a lot of speculation into the insider trading that was happening. So the insider trading that was happening was that a massive whale opened up a short. And if we get to the bookmark here, let's see if we can get the bookmark. The short was insane. We'll find it. It was nasty. Where'd it go? But this whale opened up this short right before Trump made the post. Oh yeah, the average entry of Michael Saylor is 60. It's like 67,000. So Michael Saylor gets liquidated at 67,000 Bitcoin. Yeah, it's not good. Yeah, I don't know. We had that. All right, so okay, this is some interesting takes too. So that we know about the whale. Everyone is talking about the hyperliquid whale, but very few are talking about the fact that World Liberty Financial nuked 30% even before Trump's 100% tariff announcement. Okay, so that's another developing one. So if you are thinking that, because people are trying to figure out who's behind these accounts, because I'm sure it wasn't just this one, but the one that people were talking about was specifically the hyperliquid whale that opened up, massive $330 million ETH short. So that was so ETH and Bitcoin shorts were coming in hot. So someone had some insider information. Someone was the fly on the wall, and I wonder who it was. But then someone had a pretty interesting take, and I think it was a combination of, I don't know if it was Thread Guy, I can't remember, but I've been hearing it kind of through the grapevine that the way that these countries are fighting with each other, it's not more necessarily like boots on the ground. It's more psychological warfare, money warfare, and obviously a lot of political warfare. And I think what is happening right now is a secret war that's happening underlining with all of the on the blockchain through decentralized perp trading, through all of these markets. And I think why the Trump administration and the Trump family has been so bullish crypto and kind of getting this, like, this is basically like a big, talking point, and was never a focus like in any administration. It was kind of a very rare talking point, and it was always brushed over. But why is it now it's such a big, it really is a big issue. So it just makes me think that it could be a bit of a hint from the Trump administration, for at least for us to kind of start to focus on that. But there could be some type of underlying war that's happening between countries with AI dominance, energy, and basically being like the AI energy crypto dominant place in the world. Is that going to be China? Is that going to be America? This, I think, is what is happening. And the way that it's happening in the battle is through PvP, unregulated wash trading that is happening. And this is a prime example of how they can use this to their advantage to basically, on both sides, because whoever this was, they definitely knew that this was happening and they were primed and ready for it. And so it had to have been someone that is either like just neutral and it like is just kind of playing like almost like a guns dealer, where they're just supplying guns to this side and they're supplying guns to this side and they're just letting them duke it out and they're profiting. So it's almost like, I feel like it's that type of entity. Whatever did this and whatever was like, yes, we know this is going to happen, we'll be able to make millions of dollars on the downside and then pump it and then long on the recovery. So whenever we start to see these longs come in, I guess we got to figure out like, okay, when these longs start coming in, again, we'll figure out that might be the bottom. Who knows? But I do think that ultimately this is a big shakeout. I don't think this is the bear market because of the nature of how quickly it did happen. Because when we had those FTX crashes and the Luna crashes, I don't know if it happened like so. I don't remember it happening so violently that fast, because that was a very violent, fast crash. And so it just makes me think that that was just a very easy reset for them to do because of the nature of how leveraged up the market was. But we're going to break this down. We actually have a Zero Hedge article that really breaks this down really well, but also gives us a little bit of hope. We're going to run through it. But thank you guys for coming in. Make sure you hit that like button. Let me see how many people we have. Let's see. We got 22 people in the live stream. Let's go. I know there's a lot of people that are probably a little worried right now, and they're thinking it's all doomsday. And I don't know. Like, and even it's funny. I was talking to my friend on the phone the other day, and he was tipping me off. Like he's got his inside sources and things like that. And he's like, look, things are going to get real interesting in the next couple months. He's like, all this, Atlas, AI, the Atlas AI thing that they were tracking, and all the stuff that's we're going into this area of our universe and our galaxy that is making stuff really weird and strange, and the planet's doing weird stuff. And so the government knows this, and I feel like it does kind of feel weird, like something doesn't feel right. So we might be actually going into this type of timeline. But I am on the other side of it, being like not a doomsday, Armageddon timeline. I think if God is real and will give us, and really loves us, he won't destroy the planet, and will like ascend the planet into a different dimension, and we will be able to, heal the planet. I don't know. I'm optimist. I'm optimistic, and I feel like it's better to be optimistic in that way, because if you really do believe that the world is going to die and then you put that energy out there, I would hate to be adding to the fact. I would hate to add to that bubble to pop. I'd rather add to the more one that the world is going to survive. So, and that we're going to thrive, and we're going into a golden age. And Trump saying even the word golden age, like we think it's a joke, and we're like, haha, but what if he is actually referencing that we could be healing? And it takes things like to die off. And so energetically, I guess, metaphorically, And so we're just kind of in that process right now. I think that's where we're at, my friends. I think, and it all ties together. You know, some people think when you start to pull the threads and do all these tinfoil hat theories and all this stuff, you know, that you're crazy. But a lot of this, what is happening with free speech, disclosure, Durov putting out the warning signs that the internet is like at stake for the free internet's at stake. UK trying to get you know, pushing for digital IDs if you can't work unless you have a digital ID, linking that with their stable coin that then they'll have linked in the same app. You know, all the stuff that we're pushing in America to be able to have like all of the, you know, the stable coins, the Bitcoin stuff, the stable coin super cycle. I mean, this all is linked together more so than you realize. This whole chess game that's happening right now. I really believe it. So start to lock in. You got to start to lock in. And this was an accurate representation of what happened yesterday. And so we want to pay homage, and we want to pay respect, and we want to pray. Everyone should honestly, like, legitimately pray for people, because there was a decent amount of people that probably were just new getting into crypto, and they maybe got convinced by a friend, maybe even us. Like, we got to realize this, like, you don't realize the weight that and the responsibility that you have of even being a crypto influencer, because you're so bullish on crypto. You know, you're like, we've been through this, so we're numb to this. When we looked at our phone and we saw that the market was tanking, we just were like, this is another day in crypto. It wasn't like, I wasn't like, you know, it was just literally, I was like, this is just par for the course. It's just, this is what happens, because I've experienced it multiple times. Some people have not. And so when they came in just recently and they put just a couple $1,000 in, and they saw it literally drop like more than half, especially if they bought a couple altcoins and it wasn't just in Bitcoin. So, you know, dropping 10%, that's not bad. But guess what? Probably a couple people bought some alts. And they were like, oh my gosh. Some people got completely wiped because they were like 10x, they 2x, 3x their portfolio, thinking they were going to be safe because it was only a 2x. You know, they were told, oh, if I just go 2x, you know, I can just wiped out their whole portfolio. And really, really sad. Like, this is like, I didn't realize that this happened, but this shows that, you know, you have to have your mental right. Because if you have a lot of money in crypto or not, or whatever it is, it's all relative, whatever you think is a lot of money, and you lose it and it goes to zero, you need to be able to not lose your mind and lose your cool and connect your existence and your reality to your crypto backs. Because if you do that, you will suffer. You will suffer. And you need to know that there are way more important things than your crypto bags or your investments. It's your family, your loved ones, your health, you know, your relationship with God. Like, all those things are way more important than like your crypto portfolio. Let's be honest. Like, that's the truth. And so the crypto portfolio is a means and a catalyst to be able to have more time to work on those things I just said that are more important. But if your mental's not there, then it's really bad. And so, like, I know, like, that if you could get to that point where this could happen, and that makes me really sad. I got really sad thinking about BitBoy, because I was like, that would be like because I'm honestly, I was praying for BitBoy, because I was like, BitBoy seems like he's like, I don't want the worst possible thing to be happening right now. That would be something like this. Because I mean, so now that I see him and he's back, he's streaming, he's trying his best, like, he seems more calm. I was like, thank God, you know, because you just hate to see that. So like, with all the jokes aside, with the crypto portfolio people, like, and all your portfolio blowing up and stuff like that, like, we gotta, like, you know, we gotta acknowledge that there's people out there that lost everything and they couldn't take it. you know? So pray for those people, and also pray for if someone of you even notice your buddy out there, your crypto buddy, you haven't heard from him in a couple days. You need to be checking on your friends right now. Check on your friends, check on them, text them, say, hey, are you okay? Like, your portfolio just got completely nuked. Are you okay? And just make sure, like, you know, you're checking on your peeps, checking on your friends. That's why I want to do this live stream. Normally I don't stream on Saturdays, but I just want to check on you guys, you know? I just want to check on you guys, because it's really, that's the truth, you know. Like, we can make all the jokes and everything, but that is the truth. And it's really it's heartbreaking, because, man, it's just like, it's not good. So we're going to pray for healing, and we're going to move forward, and we're going to read the title of the live stream, because it's, if at first you don't succeed, you got to try again. And we just have to move on, you know? And true, yeah, that's a good observation, you know. Jordan says it's better to ask to hang out than ask if you're okay if you're really concerned about someone. Yeah, you know, if you're like really concerned, you know, it's better just like go over and just do an unannounced arrive, just knock on the door, you know. But yeah, that's very, very important. Very, very important. But yeah, guys, hit that like button. We got 20 people in the YouTube. Make sure you hit that like button. It gets this YouTube out to more people. We can spread the word, the crypto gospel, and yeah, we've also been spreading the gospel of Jesus, and you know, we've been trying to talk about Jesus more often, because I feel like there's something happening. You know, people are always like waiting for Jesus, like when Jesus is going to come back. I think Jesus is already here. I think Jesus already came back, and he's working through people, and he's working through the mission of just everyday people through our hearts. That might be some kind of cliche way to say it, but Jesus is back, my friends, because there's something like a fire kind of got ignited in me to just have more courage and faith, and just to try and be like, anytime I feel like I'm feeling like I can't complete something, or I can't, you know, I need help. I need to know that Jesus can help me. I can ask for help. I can ask for God's help, and just continue to do that, and just to kind of lay it down, you know. And I feel like it's helping me. And hopefully you guys might try it too. Doesn't mean you have to. You know, you don't have to be like a full believer or whatever. You just like, I don't know, you just kind of try it. You just kind of experiment with it a little bit. Maybe you've never even tried to like open up a conversation or that channel, because you've just closed yourself off, and you just didn't want to have that conversation. Because sometimes when you do, or if you're willing to open up, you feel very vulnerable, and it's scary, and then you might start crying, and then it's like, oh my God, what's happening to me? And then you're like, let me go watch some Netflix. But if you can have that moment, it's actually pretty cool, because then you're like, whoa, there might be something to this. And it's called feeling Holy Spirit. And it's happened to me a few times, like really strongly recently, when I've just been thinking about Jesus. I'm like, oh, all right, I got to really pay attention. We know that theory. The Immaculate Conception, I know that people think like, you know, well, the Immaculate Conception happened because it was from a, you know, she got, yeah, don't even get me started. I know, but we're not going to go down that rabbit hole. All right. That is a fun rabbit hole to go down, but man, I used to think like I don't even want to get down. Let's not go down that rabbit hole. Let's get back on track here. All right. Let's look at the bookmarks. So this is fun. Wojak, I love Wojaks. Whoever is the Wojak intern or Twitter dev, Whoever the Wojak dev is, I really would love it for you to come on the live stream. It'd be a lot of fun. The world if Arthur Hayes never introduced crypto traders to the perpetual futures contract. You know who I blame for getting allured and trying to figure out crypto trading was Jason Casper. I was watching Casper and I was like, wait a second. So and I started to get really piqued in interest. Literally how some people felt. Back on track, and back on brainwash thoughts. No, brainwash thoughts, definitely not. No, none of my thoughts are brainwashed. All my thoughts are my own, because they're all directly from my own experience. Because I don't just regurgitate things that I hear. I mostly, when I really talk about something I'm passionate about, I've had a direct experience, and I'll tell you if I don't know about what I'm talking about. I'll tell you. I'll tell you guys. I'll be like, I don't know what I'm talking about, but if I've had a direct experience and you know, so that's just all I can say. And that's what I was telling my wife earlier. I was like, you know, you can't convince someone. You're not going to be able to convince someone. Sometimes with the words you can. The words can help, but mainly it's an experience. It's a direct experience. I feel like I've had pretty good direct experiences with God and the Holy Spirit that has just at least helped me strengthen my faith and eliminate more doubt. Because like you obviously, like, you come into your faith journey with a lot of doubt and that doubt gets converted to faith. And I don't know. Am I explaining that right? I guess there's no other way to explain it. You know, your doubt gets converted and transmuted into faith. And it's like, and then you just have like, and then you just have more, you just kind of trust like yourself a little bit more. And you don't feel like you have to be like, yeah, I don't know. But let's keep on track, media digitization, sir. All right, so something big is coming Monday that could shake up the Doge world and all of crypto. Okay, so this is coming from Mario Nafal. You gotta remember, Mario Nafal is one of the biggest pushed accounts on Twitter for the longest time. He ran one of the largest shows on X, and very controversial. You know, there's people. There is only one creator. Apparently, there are many on planet Earth. I know. Well, those are the false gods, right? Well, as they talk about the false gods, it's like anyone claiming that they are the, you know, there's the false gods. And that was why Jesus, you know, he was so rebuked, because he was like, but the way that he said it was completely different than everyone else. And that was what I was learning about Jesus, is that the way that Jesus proclaimed the you know, that he came from the Father was different than other prophets that came and said that they were, you know, whatever. So that's kind of that's always the debate. That's the debate. You know? That's the big, you know, debate and the hoo-ha about it all, you know? Yeah, what do you guys think this is? What do you think is going to happen with Doge? What do you think is going to happen? I'm very curious to see. Doge has been building up. You know, we had really nice support at 22 cents, 20 between 20 cents and 23 cents. Doge was looking really, really, really good. I mean, a lot of these altcoins were primed. I mean, they were ready to go. And we really did get knocked. I mean, that was a really nice knocker. But it brought us right. I mean, look at how oh my gosh. Doge got brought down to, woo. Oh my gosh. Well, gosh, media. Because I've started to become more of a believer. So you don't want to talk to me because I'll start getting evangelistic and you'll just think I've been quote brainwashed. But I've just listened to, I've had my experiences. Okay. So I'm going to go on both your sides of, because you can say I'm brainwashed or not, but I've recently seen some clips of some really smart people that broke down a lot of what made Jesus so different. And then I combine that with my experiences that I've had, and then it's just been like, dang, that's been the key all along. Like, that's been the damn key all along. Just like, woo. So I'm getting closer. Like, I feel like I'm just getting, it's like Jordan Peterson, like everyone in the Christian world right now is noticing Jordan Peterson as getting closer and closer and closer. And he's just getting like, he's so good. But he's like, but because he's so analytical and he breaks down things like this, it's hard for him to just just to say like, yes, I accept Jesus Christ as my Lord and Savior. He's like, I don't, don't box me in like that, And it's like, it's funny because it's like, I used to get uncomfortable every time I go to church and the pastor would say, well, you're supposed to love God first before your family and your blah, 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 and blah. And it always used to make me mad. Like, I used to piss me off as a kid for a pastor to be like, what do you mean I need to love God more than my mom? She's my mom. And so people get confused and so I get it. But it's weird. It's like the older you get, you start to uncrack these riddles and all these like weird things that you've heard throughout your life. And it's just like, okay, what is actually true? Well, we know that altcoins, what's to be true is altcoins do not hold up well on dumps. Bitcoin only went down 10%. It went down 10%. Technically, that wasn't really that. I mean, it's like, if you want to think about in terms of a market, like that's fine. 11%, okay, but alts got completely destroyed. I mean, that Doge chart that we just looked at looked atrocious. It literally went down 70%. Like, holy moly. I mean, what a wipeout. That is a nasty wick. I mean, that thing went down to freaking 9 cents. I mean, who picked up that? And it's interesting. You know what's so telling? It's like, look at this, maybe X integration. Look at this. So then something big is coming Monday. So whoever needed more supply of Dogecoin to do then said something big. They were like, we need more Doge. So in combination, it's like, it makes you think like, is the whole market just in cahoots? Are they all in the back? Is there a secret market cabal that's operating in the shadows? They're like, you will never find who's behind all of the movements of the dark side of the crypto cabal. You'll never find us. We have CZ on the timeline telling you, keep building, keep building, keep building. So media digitation solutions. You just gave me all that trouble about Jesus, and now you're gonna come on here and shill me this syndicate? How dare you? How dare you? We'll pull it up. We'll see if the chart looks good. Syndicate. Well, it looks like it looks like trash on the daily. syndicate. There's not much to chart. There's no historical data. There's nothing to look at. Oh, guys, I totally forgot too. Look at this. Look at this. Athena was another one that got massively rugged. And also the DPEG, the stablecoin, the USDE. The USDE stablecoin. Where is it? It DPEG'd. It went to like 60 cents. You know, these things, a lot of the times they're algorithmic. They're algorithmic. And it pegged to 62. Yeah, we got to check this. The stable coin, it went to 62 cents. Let's see. We got to see where it depegged. Yeah, there. Hold on. Look at that. Well, I can't find the exact chart. Yeah, I gotta find this chart. We gotta find this chart because it was that it's scary, and we were just talking about this. It's so crazy. A lot of the stuff we've been talking about, and we were hinting like, look, everything's looking bullish, and we were talking about how like when things get bad or when things get euphoric too, the exchanges go down. We talked about it. If you guys remember, if you were watching this live stream, we talked about it. We said, look, the exchanges, they are dirty. They'll say maintenance is down. We're doing maintenance. Oh, we can't handle the traffic. What do you mean you can't handle the traffic? You make billions of dollars in profit off of us getting liquidated, and you don't have the tech to handle the traffic? You're liars. And so you have to get your stuff off of exchanges, and you have to hold it self-custody because or you need to take a list and a tally of which exchanges don't go down and don't go have maintenance issues or are 100% flawless through the whole experience. That's what you need to find. Make a tally of those things. And it's pretty wild. And we were talking about how some of these stable coins, there's going to be a lot of stable coins that you can, quote, hold, but which ones are going to actually stay $1 and not go like Luna style and depeg to 20 cents or to 10 cents. Look at this. Athena's USDE depegged from USDT had a big impact in today's crypto liquidation cascade. Oh yeah, because USDE has been pushed. I was even pushing it. It's like, oh yeah, you can, this USDE is, and it's connected with Binance because USDE can be used as collateral for loans that are leveraged to then go into leverage trade. So why do you think this? Now, this is another piece of evidence and news of why it was so aggressive is because the USDE depegged off of leveraged collateralized loans. So it just shows how much the market is leveraged up, all combined together. And it also kind of proves a point too that I think Nvidia is going to continue to pump and be held up because if Nvidia crashes, there's 17 different companies, and I'd say now probably to bet 100 companies that are connected in the Nvidia ecosystem. So now it has to work. Because if it doesn't, then because they all revolve around Nvidia per a chart that we actually showed on the live stream. We didn't realize how much it's heavily involved with. Oh, I know. Yeah. In Aussie. Yes. And so that's also the thing is these exchanges, because the maintenance, you couldn't even do anything. You couldn't even buy unless you were quick and you were on your phone and you were just like, or able to do it. Most people weren't even in front of their computer screen. Most people were probably like doing something else, and it happened so fast. you know. And so, but guess who was on the sidelines waiting for that to happen is the people that obviously have insider information. And so, and all the movements are on chain. So it shows that obviously this was a fully manipulated move to flush out that leverage. And then it just, now it's showing the rigidity of USDE as a stable coin. And it makes me want to not even go near it now. So I'm good. I'm like glad. And here's the thing. I'll come to you guys and I will tell you when I've been talking about something and then something's revealed to me and it's fishy and I'm going to say no. And because that's how you're supposed to do it. I'm not going to double down, you know, like I'm going to say, hey, this is very volatile and risky. If the stable coin depegged that hard because of the connection of the collateralization with USDE and USDT and what we're explaining, then that's bad. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. So yeah, in my opinion, I would stay away from USDE and just use the big boys. Just use the ones that we've used that have more money in it. Invested interest, USDC, Circle, USDT with US government, world digital dollar already, basically. If you've been in crypto long enough, you know USDT has basically been kind of like the red herring of a stable coin that's going to be basically, you know, yeah. Because you notice now there's no more USDT FUD, right? That used to be the old narrative to get you in to right before we go into a mega bull run, is that they do USDT FUD. Yeah, and so Ozzy says, I believe this whole thing was a coordinated attack. Yeah, I mean it's definitely possible. I mean all evidence is leading to this being a coordinated massive attack, whether it be from both sides and both sides basically benefiting from it. Because if it was like a coordinated mega attack, and it's so weird because when you look at the actions of the blockchain, it seems like the blockchain was just being flooded, like they were just like flooding it. And there were rumors around how Luna was able to go down so hard because that was also attacked as well. And Do Kwon, maybe, you know, maybe he wasn't 100% truthful, but I guess I don't think it was maybe his whole mission was to be like, yeah, let me rug the whole industry. I doubt that. So I think maybe he just probably got over his head, and I think people who probably he thought were his friends probably shot him out, and probably, you know, yeah. And you think and it's like, you think that's probably just how it works. That's probably what happened, is like there were some rumors going around. I remember watching all kinds of videos about it, and there were rumors that that it was heavily like it was like a blockchain attack. It was like the way that they were able to make the stablecoin depeg is they like took out a massive like collateralized loan, did it a bunch of times, and were able to aggressively attack the Luna blockchain, and then that's what made it depeg. And then because that depegged, it made the Luna and the depegging of the pair also crash. And so because there were different pairs and liquidity pools, and then also all connected into the different exchanges, that's also what caused that crash to happen, because of the nature of the connection with it. But it seems like, I guess there is a way, just like how you can send how X they were able to. And what's going on? We got Jay Violet in the house. What's going on? Welcome to the channel. Yeah, so it's kind of like how remember X reportedly, whenever they were trying to go live with President Trump, with Elon, it was like a big X space that they were trying to launch. The system got completely attacked. It got DDoSed attacked, and they sent a bunch of IP pings. Like it's almost like, imagine you have 2 million people that are waiting for the queue to go live to watch or listen to this space. And then instead you get pinged another fake millions and millions of quote interactions and pings on the network, and then it crashes the system. And so it's almost like you can do the same thing on the blockchain, and that might be what is happening and how they're able to like do this orchestration. So it's pretty crazy. I don't know. I'm going down the rabbit hole here, but it just seems like that is what's happening. Seems like that's what's happening. Put a one in the chat if you guys are feeling me on that. I tried to put a one. I used my wrong key. But welcome. Glad you guys are here. I'm liking the way that I have the chat now. The chat looks way better. I like the chat coming up just kind of like old school, like an AIM chat. Did you guys ever use AIM, AOL Instant Messenger? Let's see. I want to though make sure that the comments just like stay. I want them to stay there because they're going away, but I'd like them to stay on the screen. So let's embed and stream, and then let's see, hide messages after 20 seconds. I'll just keep them on there. Boom, there we go. And now I just take the restream chat, refresh, bada bing, bada boom. Let's go. All right, so now we have an epic chat. And thank you guys for tuning in. I really do appreciate it. Just another reminder, just a public service announcement. Just check on all your crypto people out there, because like, you know, it was really bad. It was not a good look. It was not a good look. But this actually made me laugh though. Like, shout out to Clementi. He was appalled. He was like, I can't believe the first thing that I see on my timeline is this. He's like, people got wiped out and I see this. He's like, you guys are just like, you've lost your mind.
I woke up this morning. I wasn't on Twitter last night. I woke up this morning and I was expecting to see some really good analysis and investigative work over what happened. And instead, the first tweet I see was, Fartcoin looks good here. Bought the dip. What is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? Fartcoin doesn't look good here. A mental institution looks good here. If you have the audacity to look...
He said a mental institution looks good here. And yeah, media digitization. God, try to say that 10 times fast. Media digitization. Yeah, whatever it was, it doesn't matter one bit as long as you just hold and ride it out. Yeah, you gotta hold. This just proves that spot holding crypto is usually the way to go. It's usually the way to go. You don't want to be like full porting your crypto on a 2x, because even then something like this can happen. This just shows the unpredictability of what the markets can do, and you don't want to try and be swinging for the fences and being like, that's it, I'm gonna, more so steady accumulation.
Look at everything that happened over the last 24 hours and have the balls to buy Fartcoin or go, Mog looks good here. You know what? I'm not going to buy Bitcoin. I'm not going to buy Solana at a 20% discount. Takabu looks good. Good God. I mean, some of you guys need help. I hope it works out for you. I hope it works out for you. Good luck. I don't have the fucking balls to buy Solana or Bitcoin, and you guys are buying Fartcoin? I woke up this morning.
That's good. That's a great point, because like most of us in the crypto space were like, we were like, oh yeah, ticker Bitcoin looks good here. Yeah, Dogecoin looks good here. Instead, Bitcoin just went down to the but let's be honest, most people didn't get a chance to buy the dip. Look at the dip. I mean, you didn't even get a chance. Look at how quick look at the wick. The wick was so fast on the hourly candle. It happened. Look, it happened in 45 minutes. Look at the 45-minute candle. It's a giant hammer candle into your face, into your skull. Look at that. It was like it just didn't even literally. You just got boom. Not good. No one bought the dip. What do you mean buy the dip? No one had the chance. I mean, but now, I mean, it's still dipped. It's still in the dip. So that's the thing. I mean, so you just got to know that like they all didn't recover right back up. So and Bitcoin's kind of just hanging around this, you know, it's rolled over. It rolled over and started to trick us, you know, possibly trick us again. So we got to really watch out right now. This is dicey, you know. Trading right now on leverage is a nightmare move right now. If you're doing this right now, just know that you are playing with fire, and you need to know that there is still a big possibility that the market just destroys us and brings us to actually really true max pain down to 100K, and people start calling for everything to be absolutely over. Now, you know, we don't want to take that off the table. We definitely don't want to take that off the table. I think there's a little bit more invested interest of that not happening. That's just my own personal opinion. Way more invested interest of that not happening than it happening, especially right now. Doge entry. Someone's asking for a Doge entry. Let me see. I'll give you the Doge. Jay on Chain said, look at that, my position I just sent you. Oh, yeah, I'll pull up the Discord. Everyone who's watching the stream right now, go to Jay on Chain. He's got a new YouTube channel. I don't know if he's made a video just yet. We're supposed to help him with that. Trump is live right now at 8 o'clock? For what? Thank you, Jay Violet. I'm about to make you a mod. I'm about to make you a mod for keeping me on track. What is he live for? Trump live? Is he really live? I don't see where he's live. Usually right side, if anytime Trump is live doing anything, right side broadcast always is first to. You got to make sure it's an actual real live link, because sometimes YouTube, they'll put stuff up and make it look like it's live, but it's just replayed content. All right, Ozzy. Yeah, thanks for popping in. Oh, addressing everything. Okay. Oh, currently right now there's a PDI conference happening. It's day 2 of the PDI conference. Shout out to all the Pulsicans out there. That's a real hard ecosystem to be in right now. If you're getting into this, it's at the absolute bottom. Oh yeah, Jay on Chain, if you make a video right now, this is actually perfect. This is perfect because you could do the perfect setup for someone coming in and be like, "Hey guys, I know you're scared. Let me calm your nerves." And you actually could probably you literally from that video alone, you could probably surpass my subscriber count right now. If you break it down in a good way and you're honest and you're genuine and you just like, bring people in. Oh, it'd be a great first video. What's going on, Dutchy? Shout out to Dutchy. The Times Live. Well, no, meme coins are never going to be hit with regulation. Meme coins are literally it's just art. Like the way that if you got to know how the Trump team and the Trump coin was worded on the website. Very important. It was worded as a digital collectible. Like it was when you were buying the Trump coin, you weren't buying a meme coin. You were buying, I can't remember how they worded it, but I was like, ooh, that's how you're supposed to word it. For legality purposes. Go on the Trump coin website, the main website, and look at how they word it when you buy the Trump coin. It's the very specific wording. All right, okay, what is this? Oh, Trump. Times now? But why is just the times now? This must have, there's no way he's addressing this right now. What the heck? Is this it?
And all Americans should be proud of the role that our country has played in bringing this terrible, incredible job. So, and yes, John, what you've done was invaluable. CIA, John Radcliffe, and he's done an incredible job. So I want to thank you all, and if I'm missing anybody, I apologize, but you've been amazing. And then you have Steve Witkoff.
100%, me too.
Works so.
And that's what I honestly like. A lot of what we've talked about on the live stream so far, and thank you guys for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Is just to remind you that this is completely normal, and if you've never experienced it before, we just want to remind you that when we have experienced something like this pain, this max pain, or something like a drawdown like this, kind of this big, like a black swan event, we always come back stronger. We always come back stronger. We always rebuild. And I feel like crypto, in a sense, is the only place where you could lose your portfolio to zero multiple times and still have an opportunity to pick yourself up and make it all back. There's very little ecosystems and places and, you know, things where you could do that. And so that's the beauty about crypto, is that like it's so fluid, it's so liquid, it's so niched. There's so many things that you can do in crypto that there's no excuse for you to ever give up. There's no excuse for you to ever give up on this journey that you've taken, just because there was a little, you know, just I want to say a little, but something like this, because it takes time. It takes time to build, you know. But hey, if you're one of those people that now you just went to zero again, I am here to tell you, don't give up. You've come too far. You've come too far. There's no going back. You're not leaving. Okay? You've come too far. It's like Neo when he got unplugged out of the Matrix by Morpheus. And he realized that he was like, now that I've seen this, now that I know the real world, I'll never be able to go back. You know, I'll never be able to go back and like act like the Matrix is real, you know? And this is what crypto, I think, is ultimately, and I truly believe this. I know it seems crazy and woo-woo for me to say this, but I really do believe that crypto is a catalyst to help us break out of the Matrix. And YouTube, you can ban me, flag me for it, I don't even care. But I really believe that is a ultimate catalyst to make you feel this urgency to fix your money, to fix your life, and to figure this out. And crypto is like a hyperdrive to do so. Nothing's ever like lit, you know, like a fire on me to be able to just try and do something, you know? Yeah, I don't know. It's inspired me to come on here and just have a live stream, you know, to make friends. Media said, you know, yeah, Trump will use crypto to pay off the national debt, and it's like, yeah, I think this is the mega move that is happening right now. Is that Trump is like the Trump team? They're smart, like the Howard Lutnick's and the Bessents and all these people. They've been in the markets for a long time, so they've known the ways in how to manage all this liquidity. It's a lot of liquidity that they're managing, and they know there's a lot of debt to manage. So how are they going to do this in the way that, you know, kind of working with the Fed, having to work with all these numbers? They got to do the deals with the countries as well. You got to remember, these guys, we a lot of the times downplay how smart these dudes are and the level of stuff that they're having to do and deal with in terms of the amount of money. We're over here, worrying about this, thousands of dollars. They're dealing with like billions and trillions of dollars of inflows and outflows in and out of the budget. So completely different level. And so this is why I think is massive invested interest for them to pay the national debt off, but they're going to use it in the way of doing it in a cheaper way. And the best way that they could possibly do it, trust me, the United States is going to try and do it. And so hopefully that does pump our bags, but we have to be patient. We have to be patient. And we have to know that if they're going to do this, they're probably not going to do it in a nice way. They're going to do it in a dirty way. And it most likely will probably benefit them a little bit more than it does the American people. And that's just a fact. That's where I don't like to be like, oh, I'm a Republican. Oh, I'm a Democrat. You know what? I'm a damn person who has a family that I need to take care of. And I want to be able to walk around in my cities and not feel like I'm going to get shot. And so, that's pretty basic, thing and needs that, I need and want for my family. And so, so I think that ultimately, I really hope that this administration is going to put some money back in the pockets of the American people, but not through some crap like COVID stimulus check BS. That was all crap. Like, I think we truly need like a real, like, actually putting money back in our pockets, not some bribe, not some measly $1,000, but like, if you're getting this money from the tariffs, you better pay up. We're out here working too. We're making this thing go, especially the farmers, especially the public service people, or the people like firemen, police officers. And it always seems like the moment that these federal workers and government jobs start to be at stake, which are like a lot of the times useless, they start going insane, and they're like, we're going to shut down the government. And then when these jobs, the ones that we need people to do, we need people to like want to be police officers and firemen and all this stuff. Like we need those people. We need tradesmen. We need people we need those people so bad. Are you going to do it? I'm not out there doing it. But damn it, we need someone to be out there to do it. It's not going to be me. I mean, I'm not going to become a fireman. But honestly, I'll tell you what, I'm grateful that there are people that want to be. Man, and we got to take care of those people. It's like the moment that they need help, there's no money to be found, but there somehow is money to fund all of these social programs for immigrants and all this other stuff. It's kind of crazy. But we're not going to get into that because that's also very controversial. But it's, whether it's controversial or not, it's the facts. It's been proven by Doge, by the Department of Government Efficiency. They're like, yeah, there's some discrepancies here in the ledger. There's some discrepancies here in the ledger. And the moment that everything was being revealed, you saw how the Democrats started freaking out. And not even just the Democrats, it was Republicans, Democrats, anyone, any of the people in government, all the snakes, all the people in government trying to catch an extra check off the American people or getting exposed. And you saw like the people that got real loud about certain things. You're like, oh yeah, I wonder why. Like, I wonder why. But yeah, guys, the name of the game here is to stay in. These things are going to happen. These events are going to happen, and I hope I've consoled you enough. We're going to give you a little reminder of, real quick. Give me just a second. Where's our docs? We're going to do docs. There it is. Now, this is still in play. 3 steps for a successful bull run, which I think we have not even gone close to even topping out yet. Not even close. We've explained from certain charts and things like that in our delusional thesis that we're not close. We're definitely not close now. We want to have a pretty decent diversified portfolio. And so the 3 steps for a successful bull run is 3 simple steps. 1 is diversification. 2 is have multiple, I know it's funny and it might sound counterintuitive to what we just talked, but you need to have multiple exchanges and wallets set up. Everything. Because naturally, when you're in crypto, you end up using exchanges. Nowadays, you basically don't even have to use them at all. You can just literally do everything on your wallet. Like if you just wanted to use Phantom or MetaMask or Trust Wallet, you can do everything on there. You can stake on there. You can trade. Now you can even do perp trades. You can do literally everything on the wallet. So exchanges are becoming obsolete. But either way, there is a risk of any of the platforms that you use can go down or go belly up. And so what you have to do is make sure all your funds are protected and kind of, spread. Like you have this stack here, you got this stack here, maybe you got a little bit here. It's just kind of like not having all your eggs in one basket. And it's the same kind of principle as in having a diversification of just being like, you have a little skin in the game of each thing. Some people now that we've been through a bunch of different cycles for Bitcoin, they would say, hey, screw 60-30. How about 100% Bitcoin and call it a freaking day? Because that's also an argument too. I understand this. I know this. I've made that mistake. I look back and I think I'm like Charlie Lee when I look back and I go, oh, makes you kind of want to puke. Because altcoins are it's like video gaming and getting dopamine hits, and you're just like, the alts are like fun. It's like Bitcoin's boring. Bitcoin is boring. Alts are fun. This is why people like to get into alts and risk doing all this stuff, because it's like the person running gets to play in the video game, and then Bitcoin is like sitting on the bench and you got to wait there a little bit and eat a hot dog, and people don't want to do that. And so that's why we get rocked a little bit and get so shell shocked when, things like this happen, because we still haven't really taken the orange pill yet to realize that Bitcoin had been the best hold and the solid hold through all of this. And to even make matters worse, gold outperformed Bitcoin. To make matters even worse, gold. Peter Schiff was right. Crap. So, have multiple exchanges and wallets set up and don't have everything all in one basket. Because at any point, some of these things can go massively wrong. And then you have the third step, which is the hodling. Media digitization just kind of became just hodl. Hodling and taking profits, because we do have to take some profits. We do have to pay ourselves. And you need to figure out what your long-term holding strategy is going to be. So long-term holding can benefit from market growth. Taking profits is going to protect you by taking the gains and provides liquidity for future investments and expenses and things that you just need to do in your day-to-day life. You want to have, your core holdings is a keep substantial part in top cryptos for your core holdings. You're going to try as your best to ignore the short-term fluctuations and focus on long-term value rather than the daily price swings. And then profit taking is important because what you can do is set price targets, decide at which price points you'll want to see portions of the holdings and to sell. So it's all relative. So say your portfolio, as you've been DCAing, you are up 3x. And just as a hedge, you could be selling 20%. At say you want to wait till you're like, okay, my portfolio has 5x. I could take profits right now into stables and have $20,000, and you still have thousands of dollars in your bag still, just in case it runs again. That's great. I mean, that's amazing. So it's all relative. It's all relative of where you've been investing, what you invested in. Some things can run first. You might be in a particular bag stack that sees the first rotation for altcoin season. And then what's so interesting about this is when you can hold and you don't get, because look, here's Charlie. Okay. He's got a bag of AI coins. Here's Rick. Rick has a bag of privacy coins. AI coins end up getting the first rotation for Charlie, or whoever this person was. Charlie, Rick. So then Charlie's like, yeah. And then Rick is like, oh man, my privacy coins aren't doing so well. They're not doing hot. So then he rotates into the AI. AI goes down. And then the next rotation out of the AI coins could be privacy. So the lesson here is you just don't want to, you want to just actually have both bags and just you can, so you see how that can get kind of confusing, how that can entice someone to then rotate and say, well, let me chase this. Or even in your own portfolio, something pumps first, and then you might end up rotating some of the coins into that because you're like, oh, well, that's the best performer. And it's so hard to time that stuff. And a lot of the times the market punishes us for not being convicted in some of our plays, and then like literally a couple weeks later, it might even do it to you and do it in a couple days to make it even, like sink in a little bit harder. As the 2 days later you swap out of your bag that wasn't performing well, that ends up getting a pump. And so it's usually just best to just hold. So you have to figure out how that strategy is going to work for you. And it's all different. Like I said, it's all relative, but mainly it all is based on the same principles, but you're just using it in your own time frame and in your own bag, because everyone's bag is gonna be a little different. But I would say, as a general, like, overarching macro thesis, is that we are not, I don't think we're even close to being like topped for this particular cycle. Doesn't make sense to me. So especially now that we've went into these ranges, like, it's full on accumulation mode. I mean, it's like game on. We're still in the still cheap, hodl, accumulate zone. I think if we're here, we're still in the accumulate, still cheap, hodl zone. The sweet zone, the sweet spot. We're in the sweet spot, baby. Woo, this thing is hot. I don't know if I kept this thing on this whole time. I hope you guys have followed me. I was trying to, like, I feel like I've just derailed myself like 1,000 times. I don't know who made this. Oh no, man. 50. Okay, so Ozzy sent me this. I didn't catch this. Binance just started dumping millions of BTC and ETH to liquidate longs. The same manipulation over and over again. This was what was this? This was at 5? Oh, this was a few hours ago. Yeah, that's the same. They ran it up a little bit, and then they got us excited. They got us excited again, and they were just rolling the market back down. That's what I was saying. We got to watch out for this liquidity grab right here. We actually could get even lower and just get hit. Whoa, hold on just a second. On Coinbase, it went to 107, but I saw where it went down as far as 101,000. Where did I see it go as far as 101,000? Where was it? Was it on here? I think it was on here. I think it was on OURBIT where I saw it literally go to 101,000. Yep. Wild. Holy crap. Dude. 101,000. Insane. Look at that wick. What other exchanges? Okay, because I know because Coinbase was probably able to hold it up a little bit more, but let's see if any other of these exchanges went that low, because that's wicked, wicked. Yeah, see, that just went down to 109 on Bitstamp. Oh, Binance did go down to 101. Wait a second. Do you see the discrepancy here? Do you see the discrepancies here in the price? Like Coinbase only went down to 107, but Binance went down all the way to 101,000. Oh, Bybit. Okay, Bybit did too. Let's see. Kraken. Did Kraken go down to one? Okay, Kraken went to 103. God, look at all this. There was so much like arbitrage happening that if you oh my lord. There is probably so much arbitrage happening across the entire markets during this, whereas probably you couldn't even keep up. Okay, yeah, Gemini went down to 102. So I think the lowest that it went was on Binance. 101,900. And then if we look at Bybit, 102. Bybit actually was 102,300. Dang, that's all. This is spot. And it's dumping right now. Is it dumping right now? Do we need to go? We probably need to go short. We literally are like saying we're making a joke that we're going to make it all back by trading in something like Baby Doge. We're gonna make it all back trading Baby Doge. Media digitization says, my great-great-grandmother just turned 110, and I bet she drinks whiskey and smokes Marlboro Reds too. These old ladies like this, and they're like, I just live my life. I go to bingo and they just drink scotch and laugh and watch their shows and have a good old time. Well, you're like, what's the secret? That's amazing. Man, 110. Just imagine you make it to 100 and then you're packing a 10x after that. You're like 100, you're like, let me 10x. We just got shook out of our baby Doge position. We said we were going to jokingly just completely make all of our losses back by trading Baby Doge. We were making a joke, but Baby Doge actually might pump tomorrow because of whatever's going to be announced with Doge. So I've made a joke and I said that'd be hilarious if I just made thousands of dollars off of Baby Doge, because I just had this instinct. Yeah, if you guys want to long this with me, go right ahead. We're going to be a complete degenerate at this point. We think if anything, if we get a nice entry, we'll let this roll over and we're gonna long the crap out of this. But currently right now, Bitcoin's rolling over. Got people excited. You can see an order block sell here, and you see the obvious down liquidity right here, 109. 109 right there. That's wild. Wait, so only 16 more years until she matches the oldest person ever. Woo! Oh my gosh. Yeah, you gotta see, what is she eating? What's her diet? What's the water that she's drinking? It's amazing. It really is amazing. I mean, let alone to make it to 100 and then just go another 10 years. That's amazing. God bless her. God bless her. That's fantastic. Thank you guys so much. You've been so active in the chat, man. I love that I can go scroll all the way back and there's like just all these chats. It means you guys are active. You're here. You did not give up. I needed to check on you guys. Needed to check on everyone and make sure everyone was okay. All right. Let's see. Any more bookmarks? I think we had a bunch of bookmarks. So we were mentioning about platforms that didn't go down or had some flawless transactions and were able to keep up with the volatility. MoonPay was actually one of those. So on October 10th was an unprecedented day of market volatility. We are proud to share that MoonPay had 100% uptime across all products, along with most transactions of the last 6 months. So that's actually a pretty bullish metric. Most volume in the last 6 months in terms of an on-rail, and no increase in failed transactions. So that's pretty dope. MoonPay's been killing it. They've been shipping it hard. So shout out to MoonPay. So Alex Becker said either crypto is over or the explosive gains a thing of the past, cycles extinct, or we are about to see the most drunken bull in history, just like bull in a china shop, just breaking everything. There's no in between, and I'm willing to bet the farm on the latter. Alt season. Yeah, and and it's funny, I explained to my wife the reaction that crypto people have, and she said, "Why do people panic sell?" And I just had to take a deep breath, and I said, babe, there's a lot of factors in that. It's not an easy question to answer for you. Why do people panic sell? People do. Look, Thread Guy panic sold his pump fund. Perfect example. He was so bullish pump fund token and he panic sold. Where is it at? He said, instead of selling, this was August 19th. Look, it's in the thread. Instead of selling my pump position below 1 billion like I swore I would, I'm adding to it. It can't possibly get worse. Goat mode. 4 hours later. Not 4 hours later, but then this was 4 hours ago today, fully out of pump. I sold what will probably be close to the bottom wick yesterday in a moment of panic. To be honest, I was irresponsibly managing the position, was super risk on with a significant amount of money I have to pay in taxes in about 3 days. I don't know what they tell you to do when good bags are down 75% in 5 minutes. So that's what we were explaining to you guys. People's bags went down massively to where they were like, is this it? Is it going to go to zero? I got to get out right now or I'm not going to have anything left. I'll be at zero. So that's why some people will pull the trigger. And then you think about that in terms of all the different emotional spectrums that people have, the different personalities, risk profile, risk tolerance. Okay. So in 5 minutes, 75% down, but all rational thinking goes out the window. So I did what I thought I should do, panic dump the nuke. I'm definitely a little upset at myself for allowing a situation where I'm a forced seller at the bottom, but here we are. He said pump was going to be a top trade ever for me and was close to a 7 figs and an unrealized P&L at the top, but I still leave in profit and can't be upset about it, especially after what just happened. Said, broadly speaking, yesterday is probably the worst day I've ever seen on the app. He said, I'm still trying to read everything. Said to digest exactly how this is possible, but we broke down how it was possible. I wasn't really conscious for the May 2021 crash. So he's like, I don't have the best proxy to compare it to. He said, I don't really have some legendary like lost porn strategy where you like if I make it back again or losing hero number. But he said, I've lost it all many times since I've been full-time trading, mostly recent, and this was a big loss for him, where he kind of doubled down on Goat Maximus, and it kind of got hit hard, and that ended up just going to just not working out very well. Said, all I can say is if you live to fight another day, the sun still shines, the market still trades, and there will always be another opportunity to make it by existing here long enough. And so I mean, yeah, So to answer the question, you know, to my wife is like, that's why people panic sell. People panic sell because, you know, and it also shows conviction too. You know, it really does show conviction. It shows like, are you willing to ride this thing to absolute zero? Because it's like you have to know that to going into this investing game. And I've always, like, when I started investing in crypto, I told myself early on, like, you have to be okay with losing everything at no matter what amount you end up getting. And you need to know this. And you need to then also know that it's also your mission to never let that happen. To just try to not let that happen. And whatever you can do, you get better and better and better if every time, if it's the fourth, fifth, sixth time your portfolio is blown up into shambles. You pick those pieces back up and you keep going. Because like we've said, we've seen the other side. We pulled the curtain on the Wizard of Oz, pulling the strings, pulling the levers, and we can't unsee it now. And we are not going back, and we're not turning back, and we are going to continue to show up here every single day. It's all we got, my friends. When it comes to money now, this is it. It's all going on chain, baby. There's no turning back. There's no turning back. We're long in baby Doge, all right? We're long in baby Doge. Baby Doge is going to save us, all right? Baby Doge. You guys know, if you guys have been in crypto long enough, you know that the baby narrative was actually the most meta narrative ever. You had an ETH meme coin, and then if that ETH meme coin did well, there was always going to be a baby one after. There's always going to be a baby version of it. And Baby Doge actually was the one that survived the longest out of all of them. I just thought that was fascinating. And we thought we had this theory that Baby Doge was just could just completely just go parabolic. And the Baby Doge community, no, I know, I was surprised. I was like, I totally forgot about Baby Doge. But then when I started to go into the chart and look at the chart and look at the community, I was like, this community still exists? I feel like people that watch crypto YouTube are coming into this channel and they're finding other people that are like, wait, hey, hold on a second. What do you got? You're like, what are you doing here? Who is this guy in a freaking in a cape? Like, who is this guy? It looks like a Sith Lord. We got Wick's wife in the house. We got Jay Violet. Let's go. We got Trade Intuition. Thank you guys for hanging out. But yeah, I had this theory. I was like, wait a second, you know, we've got to remember that when we have like the core coins, you got the core the core meme coins. You know, you got Doge and Pepe are the strongest, highest traded volume meme coins right now in crypto. Those also have the most derivatives in terms of projects that are based off of either Pepe, based off of Doge, or Shiba. So when one pumps, they kind of subsequently follow each other, some more than others. Some might really carry the boat and all of a sudden just get a massive pump. So it's just a base level connection to say, okay, this is why maybe you would want to look at baby Doge right now before Doge gets its pump, and then it just kind of, you start to kind of look down the line. Really? BB said Richard Hart and Baby Doge is my plays. Baby Floki as well. Yeah, there's Baby Floki. Yeah, like I said, like the baby meta is huge. Like I wonder if we go to CoinMarketCap and we just type in baby. Oh, man, I remember Baby Swap too. You guys remember Baby Swap? Baby Swap was, I think, on Binance. Yeah, that was Binance. If you guys are old school on Binance before, on the Pancake Swap days, you remember Baby Swap. You'll remember Baby Swap. But yeah, we got Baby Dex Scan. I just want to see all the results for Baby tokens. Baby Doge, but yeah, Baby Doge definitely has the highest like liquidity in terms of all the baby tokens. That's why I wanted to pay attention to it, because it does have the highest liquidity out of all of them. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, if we go to Baby Doge, so funny, now we're talking about Baby Doge. Is Baby Doge coin? No, wait, is that a Solana? Wait, no, it didn't start on. So, oh, that's just new. I was about to say, because what has the most liquidity? If we go to the DEX, I think it's the. Oh yeah, this was a Binance Smart Chain coin. Yes, this was a Binance Smart Chain coin first, and then it went multi-chain. So you can hold Baby Doge on Solana, BNB, Base, Ton, and Ethereum, but it started originally on Binance Smart Chain. And if you remember, I don't know if you guys know this too, but Dogecoin itself, besides it being on its own chain, the Doge chain, the contract that's promoted on as where you can hold it that has the most liquidity is Binance Smart Chain. It's actually a BNB contract. I don't know if you guys knew that. Come on, Baby Doge, let's go. I'm telling you, wah. Get your bottles out, baby. Get your bottles out, Baby Doge. Get that baby powder out. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go, Baby Doge. I told you I was going to make it all back with Baby Doge. Let's go. Let's go. We're going to make it all back with Baby Doge. We're going to make it all back. Guys, I said if you wanted to get in this long, if you were to have gotten into this long with me right now, you'd be massively up in profit. You would already be 60% in profit. But look, look, this is what you do though. Anytime you're in profit, look, you go 0% break even stop loss and you just drag it up and then just look, you'll never lose. Anytime you say you'll never lose, that's when you lose the most, but no. But yeah, this thing could totally but yeah. You always want to just protect yourself. You get too excited and then you forget that. You're like, oh yeah, that's what those things are there for. That TP and SL, people completely forget what that even is. Baby Doge, does Baby Doge have better APR than Pancake Swap in terms of the percentage return? On Pancake Swap, I don't know. I don't know what the pool. I don't know what they give in pool for like rewards. I'm not really sure. I'd imagine there's probably some baby Doge like pools or rewards or incentives. I'm sure there's something. Man, do we really want this thing to just get hit right there, or we just keep it break even? No, we're gonna put it right above there because I don't want to get stopped out that quick. Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't know. But if I were to bet a lot, because a lot of BNB tokens, you know, there are pools and incentives and farming opportunities that you can do. But in terms of like, I don't know, on exchanges, they might offer like if you stake baby Doge, if you hold baby Doge in a particular pool, then you'll get some APR. You get some APR. Dang, this thing is super. This has been super volatile right now. What the heck? Super volatile right now. I mean, look at this. Look at that candle, and then boom, right back down. Woo! Holy moly. But guys, thanks for tuning in. We got a lot of people coming in. We got Duality C, we got a Tropa. It looks like we got some it looks like we finally got some Pulsigans in here. You guys will laugh if you. I'm gonna show you. I don't even care. I'm gonna show you. I made my own Pulse Chain dashboard. I made my own Pulse Chain dashboard just to show my support for the Pulse Chain community because we're down so bad. Like I feel like I've put a couple $100 in places and have at least seen it go to 1,000, but I saw it get to about 500 and then it got fully rugged. I feel like I bought and I started DCAing a little bit more into Pulse Chain like right before it was at the top, and then it was just like just got nuked. So it's just been in the toilet. It's basically gone to zero, you know, like it's basically gone to zero. But what's cool is that over time, it's so funny because you would think that something like Pulse Chain, as long as you have been watching it from sacrifice to now, you should hate it. You should absolutely hate it. You should absolutely hate Pulse Chain. But guess what? This whole time, I started to like it even more. I was like, I like Pulse Chain even more. Give me more. I want more incentive token. I want more PLSX. It's the easiest way to explain crypto and DeFi to someone through that ecosystem. That's what I like about it. And Richard Hart puts it very plainly. It's simple, and other blockchains don't do a good job of even advertising or even using this basic mechanism of saying, here's the ecosystem. We're going to lay it out for you in a very simple way. Here's the gas token. Here's the DEX token. Here's the incentive for providing liquidity in said DEX, which is PLSX. And then here's the mining token and the staking, which is HEX. And then do you see how this all connects together? And then you can actually use it, which most people that complain about Pulse Chain, they never used it. They never even tried it. And so this is the perfect time to be into Pulse Chain because it's the absolute bottom. It really is the absolute bottom. So if there was any better time to be in the Pulse Chain ecosystem, it's now. No, it's because, and this is the thing, Richard Hart even said himself, he's like, I've been through multiple 90% drawdowns, and and he says it's classic. He's like, you know, that you buy when it is the worst and the max pain. But this is the Pulse Chain dashboard. If you guys want to check it out, here I'll link it in the chat. It's not done yet, and it doesn't work fully, but we were just testing out some stuff. We were having some fun. But if you refresh, make sure you refresh. It's going to collect the data. But you could say that that's not bad advice. It really isn't, because look, if you were to hold Bitcoin long enough, everyone would be in profit. That's not bad advice. Look at all the people that were able to hold their Bitcoin through all of max pain. And even now still, they're in profit. Even with all these drawdowns, they don't care because they bought Bitcoin at like under 10K. They don't give a crap. They don't care. It's because they were willing to fight through the pain through multiple different drawdowns already. So it's like, but we've only been in here for a few years, so it's not even relative to the people that were able to do that. This is our time to do it, and we have to show strength. If we don't, why are we here? To give up and say, "Oh, that was it, guys. Pack it up." That was it, guys. Pack it up. So I have it where it shows the network stats here. The network stats actually update properly, and you click on this PulseScan Explorer, it links you to it. Hopefully it doesn't link you to a scam website. It says transactions per second is 3.6 on the 24-hour average. Like, so hopefully that's a little bit faster. I think the average is like 20 to 100 transactions per second, but Solana does like a massive amount. Transactions today have been 314,000 transactions. So we'll cross-reference that with actually the volume and the transactions on the 24-hour transactions. Let's see, 426,000. So let's see if let's update this. Let's refresh it. Make sure it's going to get the right data. Total addresses says it's 414 million addresses. But this is what I liked. It got me the top 100 Pulse Chain tokens, but it didn't for some reason add in It didn't add in the core coins, so I have to fix that. For some reason, it didn't give me the core coins. It just gave me all of like the other ecosystem coins. So you can see here, by market cap, the one that has the most dominance in market cap right now in terms of the other community projects is the Grace currency. This one has a lot of different liquidity wrapped up in the core coins of Pulse Chain. You can see we got TGC, we have the UFO token. Then you also have Peacock, which is very controversial because it's linked with the Liberty Swap. And then you have Teddy Bear. Teddy Bear is an OG meme that's been around since the beginning. So that one we've kind of kept track on. That one's kind of like a little gem. And let's see what else we have here. Some of these so we got the Go Pulse token. That one's also controversial. Go Pulse was very much scrutinized for taking a 3% silent swap fee whenever you're swapping inside a Go Pulse. Go Pulse was promoted by Richard Hart, so a lot of people started to use it. I even still use it to view my portfolio, but now I've migrated a little bit towards this Pulse Chain Stats website, which you can look at your portfolio and view stuff on here. But yeah. We just kind of messed around and just was, trying to, just make something fun just to show support, to show support to the Pulsigans out there. We're gonna keep updating on it. We're just building. We're just trying to dev this out. We're just trying to see how well Grok and different AI chat models can build out dashboards that you can just post up on your website, and then you have control. All you got to do is just get it linked to on-chain data. But yeah, just let's be honest, the charts look like crap, The Pulse Chain ecosystem tokens look like garbage. Absolute trash. I mean, you look at the PLSX, you look at this chart on the daily. But what I see is a massive opportunity. What I see is a giant descending wedge ready to melt faces. That's what I see. I see a giant descending wedge about to melt faces just on PLSX alone. So this is why I feel like when you find something like this and look, there's a vibrant community inside of Pulse Chain and there's still people here. So it's not completely dead. So, and I really do believe that it could be one of the in-game rotation ecosystems in this particular cycle. I think Richard Hart's got something up his sleeve. I don't want to fade him. I mean, we saw what Hex did. You know, we weren't fully in crypto at that point, but we heard the rumors and the whispers and the Hex pump, and it was legendary. You know, the biggest asymmetric upside probably almost in the whole market at that point. And so we think this is a unicorn. It's a type of unicorn in crypto. I'm not telling anyone to buy it. That's the thing, Dutchy. You didn't listen to any word that I said. I never said go buy it. You got to do your own research. You got to be led to your own unicorn asymmetric upside thesis. This is just mine. It's funny because Raoul Paul could spit his little chops about Sui all day, and he's a damn early investor, angel investor, and he's on the board. No one gives him freaking a damn like thing about it. And then all I say is, hey, you know, I think Pulse Chain's at the bottom. I'm buying, and people are like, I would never advise my audience to buy this scam bullshit. I'm not going to do it. And it's like, I'm not saying that. I'm doing it. Yeah. We want to find the unicorns. We want the most asymmetric upside. Okay? And now that crypto is in the tubes, this is the best asymmetric upside now that you can ever get. Oh, baby Doge, don't fail me now. Come on, baby Doge. Come on, baby Doge. What if this thing just I wonder if this thing double bottoms right here. It's going to go spoom and then just go off. I want to put a limit order in right here. We're making it, guys. I'm telling you, we're going to make it with baby Doge. You don't think I'm going to retire my entire bloodline with baby Doge right now? You're sadly mistaken. You don't believe enough. You don't believe enough. You don't believe enough. You don't believe enough in the power. Hold on. We are gonna nail this trade. We are gonna nail this. We are gonna nail this trade. Right there. I hope it's gonna hit right there, and it's gonna explode. And we're gonna come to the timeline tomorrow, guys. I'm gonna say we made thousands of dollars from baby Doge. It's happening. Or I've lost my mind. Might have lost my mind. Look at this image of me right now. Look at the screen. I am yelling at a camera with a crypto chart with a cloak. I've lost my mind. And I just talked about Pulse Chain. I might be down the worst I've ever been down. Yeah, I think the ones that, well, Doge actually crashed the most. Yeah, let's see actually what went down the most, because it actually was surprising what did go down the most. Welcome Pulse Chain altcoin talk. I don't know if you you might, did you miss my whole Pulse Chain rant? Yeah, let's see the coins that went down the most. If you go to my website, you go to danocrypto.com. Make sure you guys go there, danocrypto.com. and you can click on Dano Crypto and it will bring you down to Sonic. You're going to run in place really fast, build up speed, and then there you go. All right, so we're not going to be able to get... See, this is what's crazy. Look at this Chain Opera AI, this Chain Opera AI. Now, this is what was very telling. Now you want to know, like, oh, what? I don't care what altcoin dumped the hardest. I want to know what recovered what didn't dump, and then what recovered the fastest. While everything was dumping, did you notice that Chain Opera was up 35% while the entire market was in shambles? Did you see that? Also, CryptoFace pointed out that fact as well. He was like, look at, do you guys see this right now? He's like, look, everything is getting destroyed, but for some reason, Chain Opera was going haywire. It was really fascinating. Dutchy, don't even know. That's it. That you could say that about a lot of. You could say that about a lot of crypto. That's altcoins in general, my friend. Most people that have been buying alts, we've been down. Like we reference it as being down 60 or 95%, but we don't realize that we're actually down more than that. We're down more than 95% because wherever we have bought had been another 95 drawdown from the bottom. So anyone who has bought altcoins from January to now, it's been terrible. It's been atrocious. So everyone's down. It's Pulse Chain is, I would say, down the most probably in terms of a community, but that don't single it out like it's just Pulse Chain. It's pretty much every altcoin just was bleeding into Bitcoin for a while. Only until we started to get Ethereum inflows for the ETF to start giving us a little bit of juice for altcoin, pre-altcoin season. And then even then, the Pulse Chain ecosystem tokens were, just not seeing as much of a pump, but at least we were getting something. But yeah, I noticed so privacy coins and some AI coins were holding up. One of the coins that we've obviously, like if you've been in crypto, you've been noticing that Zcash has been pumping. Zcash is pumping. Privacy is starting to kind of get back in the limelight. People are, or at least the whales are probably remembering, oh yeah, we gotta be bullish privacy coins again, guys, right? Especially with what's happening in the UK. If this starts to happen in anywhere, then it actually starts to get worse, then privacy coins are going to pump even harder, because we're just going to see that's the only way that people are going to be able to combat it. Because you have Bitcoin, but then Bitcoin's not, it's private, but it's not so private. So it's like you have to really, if you're really like pushing some volume and you're a whale, which is mostly these institutions and these, figures and, some of the people we don't even know who they are, they're moving money through these privacy chains. It's probably going to be one of the in-game rotations. It's a good bet. It could be a good bet that would be the in-game altcoin rotation. And then AI being a trailing catalyst. I know, it's crazy. Yeah, this chart, this chart looks crazy. The Chain Opera chart. I haven't looked at it yet, but I'll put it on the screen too. Pulse Chain Altcoin Talk just said he put the Chain Opera chart on the log scale and it looks crazy. So it's COAI, Chain Opera. We'll look at I don't want a perpetual contract. I just want like the Bybit spot or something, or BitGet spot, I guess. A BitGet spot. And we'll do the daily. Whoop. And we're logged. I mean, look at this. It's freaking just boom, boom. So now, for instance, earlier in the live stream, someone shilled me a token that just launched on Coinbase. Okay. And the difference between that launch and this launch, very much a different story. Syndicate. So it was media digitization. He said syndicate. Okay, so here's this chart. Now let's duplicate this so we can go over here, and we're gonna pull up this chart. And we're gonna show you the difference between launches on the daily. And I'll show you the difference between getting scammed and not getting scammed. Since we're gonna talk about scams here. it's not a scam. I'm saying some launches are garbage, some are better than others. And here's an example. Here's the daily chart. 1, 2, 3, 4 days. Okay. Here's the daily chart. 1, 2, consolidation a little bit sideways. And look at this. What? Huh? Excuse me? Excuse me? Where were we? Where were we? Huh? Oh my God. What the heck? Where have we been? This is spot. Like what have we been doing? What have we been doing? Holy crap. Insane. Yeah, there's a lot. Yeah, excuse me? Like, excuse me? I know, yeah, Wick's wife is like double toil, trouble, far buyer, double cauldron bubble. No, I know, this is my go-to Halloween cape. We've had too much fun on this live stream. Holy crap. But you know what makes it a lot more fun is that I'm not here talking to like one person and making a fool out of myself. It's actually a nice little group of really cool people. Everyone that's here right now, you're all going to be millionaires if you're not already. You're going to make it. Just so you know, you're going to make it. You are going to make it. You're going to make it, my friends. Wait said, Atropa said, wow, we missed that one. Yeah, I know. Peacock is our next redeemer. All right, well, let's check the Peacock chart, actually. Let's check the Peacock chart. So according to my dashboard here, according to my Pulse Chain dashboard that looks like it's from the 90s, we have Peacock as one of the more popular tokens with a pretty decent market cap and 24-hour trading volume, actually up there. In terms of trading volume, we have Peacock of one of the highest at $368,000 in trading volume. Not too bad, not too bad. Let's see if that's accurate with the DEX screener. Let's go to trading volume. We'll go to trading volume. Peacock, yeah, that's actually pretty, that my aggregate's actually working. That's what's so funny, man. My aggregate's actually working pretty well. I just got to tighten it up. Got to tighten it up, baby. Al JR says, I already got millions, bro, but in Colombian pesos, but who's counting? He's like, I got $1 million in Zimbabwe dollars. It's in the dumpster out back, but you know. But all right, let's see about this. Let's see about this liquidity on Pulse here for Pulse Chain Peacock. Let's check it out. Now this chart has a nice little bull forming here. Nice little bull. Nice little bull. So I think here is where we're going to, obviously we got a double top here. Nice little double top that brought us down. And you can see we had some decent volume coming in. I don't know why that's not giving me any data for the holders here. This is the official Liberty Swap mascot. This is a community claimed ownership of this token. This thing was CTO'd in the beginning of August. Oh, did I miss that? Man, I missed that. Yeah, so I guess this was, originally, this was, I don't know who this was created by, if it was created by the Liberty team, but they ended up promoting it. You Pulsicans probably have to go, you have to go into a little bit deeper on this. But then, yeah, we had a community takeover. So Liberty Swap Finance is in charge now. So I think Liberty Swap themselves actually took over the project. Interesting. Okay. And so if we were to go into, let's see, the pairs, it's paired and wrapped PLS. Okay. So that's the Pulse token, Pulse chain, Pulse token. And then what I want to point out is some of the liquidity pools, this is what's going to be very interesting. We got liquidity pools set up in PDI. We got liquidity pools set up in DAI. We have liquidity pairs set in PLSX, also in wrapped PLSX, also in wrapped PLS, and also pairs in incentive token as well. Like, look, SolidX paired in incentive. There's like so much connected liquidity here. And why I think Pulse Chain can be the unicorn in this way is that when the core ecosystem tokens start pumping, and people are going to then start doing what they do when they jump into Solana or they jump into wherever the chain is pumping or getting the action. Like, oh, I got to get all this, I got to bridge over, because like everyone bridges over. But look, we just saw the massive bridge over in BNB. What makes you think that Pulse Chain is different? It's no different. So, but what would be different is the level of how the liquidities are set up. Okay? That's how I think we're going to see this network effect happen. I don't know. It's just a theory. I could be totally wrong, but I just feel like because of how this ecosystem is set up, could work. I'm very interested to see how it could play out over time. Yeah, thanks to Pulse Chain, I have no pulse now. Yeah, I know. We're like dead on the floor. I know, it's been so bad. It's been so terrible. Okay, have I lost my mind? Have I been did I seriously just do a damn 2-hour stream? I've lost my mind. Leave it up to me to literally run my mouth for 2 hours. But we got Steve Hickey in the house. We got Dutchy in the house. We got Jesse Kulik in the house. Al JR. We got Wick's wife. We got Wick's wife in the house. We got Vince. Why didn't Pulse crash yesterday, sir? Because I don't know if it can go any lower, Mr. Vince. I don't know if it can go any lower. So when you mean can it crash, I mean, I don't think it can crash anymore. We got Loss on Crypto in the house, Trade Intuition, Lasers, Pew Pew, Atropa 414. We got Pulse Chain Altcoin Talk in the house. Thank you so much. And we had some new people come in. Jay Violet, a lot of new people came in today, so I really do appreciate it. It means you guys are alive and well. Crypto is not dead, and we can still have some fun, even though. Oh, wow, no! Oh my gosh! I was running my mouth too much. I missed it. Crap! Oh my God, look at that! Baby Doge! No! Oh! Baby Doge! Come on, Baby Doge! Don't do this to me! Come on! I'm riding on you, Baby Doge. This is it. It's all I got. It's all I got left. Tony Lee says he's loaded up on Baby Doge. What? Oh my gosh. So so I'm not the only one that has been paying attention to Baby Doge. I feel like I'm telling you, something's about to pop with Doge itself, and then we have Baby Doge on the side here with a vibrant community. The Baby Doge community. I think I joined this too. Did I join the Baby Doge community? And Baby Doge might end up getting listed. What? How to buy Baby Doge on Coinbase? You can now buy Baby Doge through Coinbase app. Nice. I don't know why. All of a sudden we became so bullish on Baby Doge during this live stream. But I do have proof of telling Headband a few days ago about Baby Doge. I was like, I don't know, man. Baby Doge. Something about Baby Doge. Man, we totally just got like sidelined. We were waiting. We were right there. Why couldn't it just wick right into our entry? Come on. Ridiculous. Yep, man, Bitcoin is just woo. Interesting enough, the long max pain was at 109,000 to liquidate the longs again, and that's exactly what they just did. And it was right at that level too. Yeah. Yep. Look at that. Look at that W. Oh, man. Holy moly. That was a nice one. I know, just wait, just wait. Well, look at this right now. Look at what's happening right now. You think it can sustain itself? You think it can sustain a full W recovery? This is the 5-minute time frame right now, by the way. Man, yeah, ETH. It looks, but see the difference between the ETH, like look at how aggressive it went up and down on Bitcoin, but then look at ETH. It wasn't as aggressive. Dre coming in the house. BTC reversing a bull. Yes, I think so. It does look like it. I feel earlier I was like, it looked like it was just a little, just still, it was like way oversold. But yeah, trading is waiting. It's not doing what I just did, but. We like to give you guys a good show. A good show. And because a lot of the times, you know, we have a good average amount of people watching the live stream for the most part. But whenever we have more than over 20 people on the live stream, we get excited. You know, we think that's great because in terms of a channel my size, you know, I have under 4,000. You know, I'm getting close to 4,000 subscribers, and the fact that I have 25 people watching right now, I think is amazing. This is just on YouTube. Like a total people watching right now currently, I think there's probably like maybe over like 60 or more. But I think in reference to other channels in terms of their size and then how many people watching their live streams, I have a pretty good ratio. I think it's not too bad. Not too bad. It's not too bad. So I think at a point where I have 4,000 subscribers and I have a few hundred people watching, that's a pretty good ratio. I like the ratio. That's a 1-to-1 risk to reward ratio. Let's see. Dutchy said this chat, laughing at this chat. That's why you're here, Dutchy. You're here because you like the chat. Better value, Pulse Chain or Sonic Chain? Ooh, Pulse Chain Richard Hart coming in hot. Well, they both are. Well, if you want to, because I actually did this comparison the other day. I said some of the best like early entries right now for ecosystems, if you want to be buying the bottoms, is Arbitrum is a good one. Tron, I think, got left in the dust. You know, that probably could take another surgence. Ton, I think Ton is going to be a sleeper. Polygon, remember the days of going on Quick Swap, using Quick Swap? Like, that's coming back. I feel like that's coming back. I don't think that's going anywhere. Polygon's great. But then Sonic, you mentioned Sonic. Now, I used to be bullish Phantom Opera. It was called the Phantom Opera chain. And this was very similar to Polygon. They've traded very similar. Like Polygon and Phantom Opera, the Phantom token, were in the same price range. They also went into the same price range as well, and then their all-time highs. Very similar, like $2.50 or something like that was their all-time highs. And we used to go in their DeFi a lot. Like we'd use QuickSwap for Polygon, but then also for Phantom Opera, we used Spooky Swap. Yeah, so we liked it. It was really cool. We thought it was gonna really do well, but they just had a lot of hiccups. They had a lot of they got hacked. There was like some, I don't know, they had some trouble. But then finally they did this rebrand. They did a rebrand of Sonic. It seemed like they were gonna like pick up some steam. And then Ansem was promoting them. I think even Sonic sponsored Ansem during the boxing fight that he had with BitBoy. So, is Sonic bullish? I mean, it's got 24-hour trading volume of 55 million. The transactions, 24-hour transactions, is the same as what Pulse Chain is right now. Pulse Chain, in terms of the 24-hour trading volume, is 14 million. So comparatively, Sonic has more trading volume. In terms of liquidity, the highest liquidity is the Sonic ETH pair and the Phantom Bomb and Shadow and stuff like that. So like, you know, liquidity is kind of decent. But then when you go to Pulse Chain and you hit liquidity, you got a Tropa at the top at 34 mil, and then you got a lot more liquidity sitting in the core tokens like Hex, Incentive, PulseX, and yeah, there you go. I don't know. So better value, Pulse Chain or Sonic Chain? They're both around the same value proposition right now, pretty much. So they're very similar. They're very similar in terms of like where you would be buying, you know. I know Dutchy's having a heyday. He's like, I cannot believe I'm in here right now where there's people in here actually genuinely asking questions about Pulse Chain. This is my dream. I've been waiting for this moment because I've been talking about Pulse Chain to my community and no one cares. I'm not even telling you guys to buy it. I'm just telling you to just look at it and just like enjoy watching us suffer over here to then see us rise from the ashes. But no, I've been wanting you guys to pop up in here because we've been you know, talking about this stuff for a while and pulling up our terrible portfolio, like our portfolio that's just been completely nuked into the ground. But we're just showing you guys that, like, look, we've tried out the ecosystem, we've farmed incentive token, we understand how it works, and we're doing our part. We're holding PDI. So it's all you can do, you know. Yep, you just put it on the watch list. Yeah, the fart corn video is funny. Yeah. Did my video pop? Oh, there's one. I was like...
So what happened yesterday then with the... Is it going down? So what happened yesterday then with the... Is it going down?
The people's portfolios were full ported 50x. They all got liquidated. Listen. You don't understand. Everyone went 50x, 100x long, and they lost everything. Do you understand?
This has been every crypto investor right now. We act like we know what we're doing all the time, like we're crypto experts, but really we're just like someone who probably should not have been hired for the party. The guy's just like, that's like the definition of being washed. I was like, man, that was me during the Trump pump, during the Trump meme coin launch. Like I had the best entry. I had the best entry in the world. It would have changed my entire family's bloodline. I would have been able to buy my daughter's college fund right now if I would have had this trade, but I got stopped out. It was atrocious. It was actually atrocious. I couldn't even stand it. It destroyed me. I was washed. I had to fire myself. But yeah, that's basically what that is all of us right now. Getting completely setting ourselves on fire and being like, it's fine, just pat it out. And and then that's Binance. Binance is like, let me help you. Binance came over. CZ's like, hey, you want to keep building? Hey, keep building. CZ's like, keep building. Hamster CZ is like, keep building, guys. Just keep building, guys. You better keep building. Oh my lord. They're really trying to just destroy people. They're trying to take every little ounce of hope that anyone has and then rip it from you. It's currently what Bitcoin's doing to us right now. Look at this. Why do they do this to us? Look at these candles, man. This is Coinbase. It's a hot mess. Oh, Headband, thank you. Yeah, I like Zara too. You know what? Headband finally got me. I took the money pill. I took the money pill. I actually really do like Zara too. I feel like, if anything, because we have talked about the privacy thing of being one of the last rotations in crypto, there is a secret project, not so secret project operating in the back end here called Zara. And Zara has had whales buying this freaking thing, and it's been really surprising me. It's such a low market cap, no-brainer coin for privacy with someone actually building something like an app. They're building a protocol or an application protocol with devices to try and like with an actual device, like a hardware wallet. And it's going to be powered by this token in some way. It's super low market cap. So it's 38 mil. We've seen, this is why, if anything, I think something like this that has this type of narrative behind it, and there's a doxed dev actively working on it, going to these conferences, going to the meetups, getting, apparently signing NDAs and stuff like that. That's old school stuff. Me and Headband were talking about it, and we're like, you know what? That's like old school movements. As where we've had these bundled tokens and all these different Solana runners, and it's like you can't even keep up with it for even just a few days. But I think with something like this could be a nice long-term play to be accumulating something like this at a low market cap of 38. And who cares really honestly about the market cap? It really has to do with because a market cap is just like it's just like a number really at this point. Like a market cap is just a number. It really doesn't matter. It's like, is the liquidity good? Is there going to be enough holders and less sellers than buyers? Then the chart's going to hold up. I mean, it's pretty simple. You know, it's pretty simple at that point. You know, who cares about the market cap? It's like, is there enough liquidity? Is there enough attention and supply being bought up by, you know, people that are willing to, you know, they're trying to get a decent return, not a 2x, not a 2x, 3x, but they're like, yeah, this is going to be like the future of privacy. So we're going to like load the truck up and see if we can get this thing into the hundreds of millions of dollars. We've seen things that have no utility, no story, no nothing, no dev working on nothing, just some KOL whatever saying blah, 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 blah. And those things go to hundreds of millions of dollars. So this is why I do think that something like this could potentially have a decent run. You never know. You never know. So it's the ZK, it's the zero knowledge layer, turning your crypto into true digital cash, private transfers, shielded balances, and offline peer-to-peer. So that's the mission. And so what ZK knowledge proof is ZK knowledge proof is where like you once you get into the chain and you stay in the chain and send from wherever you're to go, and like it's gonna be obstructed, or it will be, you know, not zero knowledge proof. It's just like that. So and so they're using this technology, but then also they're trying to do it to where you can send peer-to-peer offline. So that's pretty cool. So this is just like you're investing in early tech and hoping it goes somewhere. The iguanas. Where are you guys? Where are you gardening? But yeah, the chart looks, I like the chart. The chart looks bullish. The chart actually looks pretty dang bullish. We're just gonna do our little lines on the chart. We just get like a nice, I don't know, we're just gonna kind of possibly just create a channel. We might just start creating some kind of channel here. I'd like a channel. Because then once the thing starts running off, then you're just going to be chasing it at that point. But yeah, I think something like this, it's got a pretty good narrative. It's got a pretty good narrative. Florida, yes, Florida. Florida is one of the best, definitely one of the top 5 states in the United States. One of the best. Yeah, we have to, like, just like Headband, he's going wild. He's like, I gotta get more money. We're gonna hopefully not fade Headband. We faded him before, and he was telling us about this like way early. Like he was telling us about money and when it was migrating over to this, and we didn't listen. But no one can make, no one's the responsible for your buy and sell clicking. It's only you. You can never blame anyone else. One big lesson you have to learn in investing and in crypto. You can never blame anyone else for you buying and selling something. Never. Never. Ugh. But all right, everyone. I could continue to be here and literally stream until the cows come home, but I gotta end it because I'll just keep going. But thank you guys so much for tuning in. I noticed we had a lot of new people come in. Won't you come back? Give the live stream a chance. We stream Monday through Friday. 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on we never miss a beat. And on Monday, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays, we also stream at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you guys want to come back and join the dojo crew, where we're constantly coming into the arena here, into the dojo to train, to get better. We might get scarred up. It might be a little sore, but we're always going to come back a little bit smarter, a little bit sharper, and ready to continue on the crypto journey. And so we really appreciate you guys for being here with me, supporting the channel, and giving me your time, your ears, your attention. Really means a lot. Your time is valuable. And so God bless you and your families. May the light of the Lord Jesus Christ shine on you and your families and your loved ones. And hope you guys have a wonderful Sunday tomorrow. Praise God. And let's go. Let's go. Let's do it. Let's go. All right. We'll see you on the next one.
This token is the end game. It's the shitcoin of shitcoin. I mean, imagine telling your coworkers you're quitting because Harry Potter Obama Sonic 10 and you coin. Boom! Imagine the media reporting on Harry Potter Obama Sonic 10 and you. Ticker is Bitcoin, breaking 1 billion market cap. Now, unless you hate money, go ahead and visit
HPOSNI.com.